Hi, welcome back. We're continuing our discussion of commonality and movement between karate and Aikido. And today we're going to be talking about a connection between movement in Passai Sho, the opening movement in Passai Sho, and one of the first Kihon dosa in Aikido, which is Tainohenko Ichi. So in Passai Sho, when we start off, there's a little bit of a lean, and then there's this motion that comes around like this, right? So that to me looks a little bit like Tainohenko Ichi in the fact that it moves around a point of force. So Sensei, if you would introduce Tainohenko Ichi, please. Of course.
Hi everybody. So Tainohenko Ichi, or rather body movement number 1, is one of the first Kihon dosa in Yoshinkan Aikido. And Kihon dosa is basic movement. To demonstrate that, from right kamae, Tainohenko Ichi goes like this. And you'll notice that I slide 45 degrees before the hips turn, and then slides out again, finishing off and locking. We go back, we lock in at a 45 degree, and back into kamae. And I believe that's similar to what Passai Sho does, in the sense that it's not a strictly linear clash, but you actually go 45 degrees to get around the target. Does that make sense, Sensei?
Yes, Sensei.
So we're going to discuss a little bit more, and I'm going to demonstrate a technique which is known as Karate Mochi Sokumen Iriminage Ichi. Sorry, Sensei?
Hey.
From Tainohenko Ichi, Uke grabs the hand, same movements, 45 degrees out, circling around, and go. And that basically is the application of Tainohenko Ichi.
So continuing on the same theme, thanks gents, if I go straight into Suraj Sensei, we're just going to clash, right? And I don't do the extra stuff, so I'm going to be here. And I start with my lean. But even with the lean, if I just come straight in, we smash. And that's no good, because I have to win that, right? So what I'm going to do is when I come in here, I'm going to come around and then create a little bit of an angular momentum, okay? So it's important that I create this movement around, even though it's fairly subtle, we can get a fair amount of movement. It destabilizes him. I can come straight in and push, and because of the way that his stance is, how his balance is, he's very stable that way. But if instead I push from this side, then it looks like I'm a whole lot stronger than I really am. So when we're starting off, we come around this way, and I'm going to do the same thing here, where I come around and I create that angle to the side. So that's what I wanted to talk about, getting the hips moving forward. Don't come straight force on force, go around the force, as you see how it was demonstrated in Tainohenko Ichi and in Passai Sho. So thanks for coming by the channel. I hope this was of use to you.